knocking it out of the park anymore. I used to see that. I don't see it anymore. I see a bunch of DJs that play the same bullshit music, that have the same kind of setups, kind of basically, and just put on a mediocre, average kind of performance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see DJs taking chances and being unique and creative anymore, impressing and wowing their clients. I don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
That should be the goal for every DJ, to go out there, wow your crowd, make sure your crowd has the best time they can possibly have. And it's starting to become where
There's still DJs though. There's a very few. That's that, like, a lot of these, that's their main goal, is to rock the party. That's my main goal. I really don't care. Like, if something, I'm really hard on myself when I'm doing something. I know that I mess up, and when I'm like mixing in a song and I mess up. I know the crowd doesn't see it, obviously, but but if another DJ is there, they're gonna notice it. Oh, this guy messed up here. But I mean, I'll mess up and I'll be like, damn, I won't be comfortable. Or if I ever forget even like a cable or something, and I have to, Mickey Mouse say that's just uncomfortable, because I always want to be the best I can be, and that's just my goal, is to impress the crowd, and for them to be happy with.
You're on stage.
Yeah, you're
in the spotlight. You're in front of a bunch of people who are there to be entertained. You're an entertainer.
Yeah, we're entertainers. Yeah,
and you entertain them through your music and your announcements and your emceeing and all that. Why just half-ass it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got 4 or 5 or 6 hours or whatever to just knock their socks off and just really go balls out, to where at the end of the gig, at the end of the night, the people are walking out of the hall, going to their car, going, man, that DJ kicked ass.
Yeah.
Man, that guy was good. And but I don't see that anymore. It's very rare now. Like I said, I just see a bunch of DJs just kind of just chugging along, just getting through it.
Doing the bare minimum just to get by.
Like they really don't care anymore. And
see it as, hey, I'm just gonna make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Make a quick $200 or whatever, and a lot of times the people, everybody wants to save some money, but a lot of times you get what you pay for. And I mean, not all the time. You get what you pay for. You're gonna pay for you can, like, I seen this thing I think I was on Facebook. It says cheap DJs aren't good and good DJs aren't cheap, and I mean, that's true. If you want some quality in anything, it could be anything. It's gonna cost you, but then again, it's always worth it. Because you want to remember your wedding. Oh my God, I remember my wedding. You watch your wedding video and then you hear the disaster. Mm-hmm. Like there was this video on YouTube of I don't know if you guys seen it. It's a couple. They're DJs, and then they mess up the song, and they keep on chopping it up. And we're gonna sing a song, and then okay, we don't have it. And they'll play it. Then they cut the song. And then that's just a disaster. I mean, you don't want that. And DJs, you guys just step your game up.
And going back to what Ruko said about good DJs aren't cheap. This is one thing that frustrates me about when people are out there shopping for DJs. They'll go out and spend thousands of dollars on bands, on their wedding dress, on the food. When it comes to the DJ, they don't want to pay more than $200, $300.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's frustrating to know that people don't want to get that quality service from us. So
that's where we got to come in, though, and really sit down and educate them, because they're not educated. They really don't know all the prep work we do. They don't understand that we really need to be on our shit. We got to know how to MC and do a lot of other things too. So that's where we come in, and we have to sit down and educate them and say, yeah, okay, what kind of event are you having? What's the most important thing? What has to happen at your event to make this a success? And you got to get them hip to stuff like that, and it all comes with it comes with like your marketing and all that shit now. And so, everybody, you got to separate yourself from all the other. Like I said, there's so many DJs out there. Why would they pick this guy over this guy? Are they just going on price alone? Are they going on how many songs this guy has? Oh, this guy has 50,000 songs on his computer. Oh, this guy has 60,000. Let's get him.
Yeah.
You have to sit down, and you got to make sure it's a match. There's some people that I won't play for, because I'm not a good match for them. They're expecting things to work a certain way, or they're too controlling, and I just say, hey, maybe I'm not the right DJ for you, you know. But you gotta get them. You gotta get them away from. Oh well, I get these calls every day. Every day, I'm having a wedding. How much you charge? First
thing they ask.
they don't even want to know if I'm available on that day. They don't want to
Yeah.
know my name, my experience, nothing.
How much you charge an hour?
Yeah, how much you charge an hour? And then you gotta tell them, okay, well, it's different things for different people,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it also depends on the venue. I don't want to, like I had this. I'm gonna do a wedding in August, and I told them, what size venue are you having? So they told me it's for about 300 people. Okay, well, I recommend this package because this package accommodates up to 300 people. I told them, I wouldn't want to sell you the most expensive package because you don't need that much sound. I don't try to get people. I want it to sound good. You don't want to like blast the guests with music. And
Let me ask you this then, okay? I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
all right.
Is there a limit? Is there a salary cap for you guys? Is there if, let's say you're a professional DJ, you got many years experience, you know your shit, you got, good everything. You're one of the best in town. Okay. Why not charge $1,000 an hour? Why not more?
Yeah.
I mean, is there such a thing as gouging?
Well, I think everybody.
If a DJ says, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going out because you said, oh no, you gotta if you're gonna go out, it's at least $150 to just even go out." What if a DJ thinks in his head, you know what? I'm a $10,000 DJ. I don't go out unless I'm getting 10 grand.
If the people
Is that gouging?
Yeah.
What if the people are willing to pay it?
Then go for it. If you can provide the best service for them, and if you can provide a $10,000 service, then go for it.
And if someone willing to pay, why
Yeah.
not? But then again, you can't. You can't really. I don't know. You gotta also be realistic about it. A lot of times, you shouldn't charge more than you're actually worth.
But that's what I mean. How do you
yeah.
know how much you're worth?
Well, I just say it just depends
You
on.
just, like your packages that you have. You just pulled that number out of the air? How did you come up with that?
I just say because of my years' experience.
Is it the location that all the other DJs are charging about that price? And if you were in New York City, it might be more expensive. I mean, how do you come up with your prices?
It's also that. It also depends on. You gotta kind of match what other DJs are charging. But then again, I'm not gonna charge more. For if I don't have like the equipment that other DJs have, like they can offer up lights and all that stuff. I'm not gonna charge more than them because I'm keeping it realistic. Like I said, I know what I have, and I'm not gonna charge. Like, I'm not trying to like rip people off. In other words, if I know that I have good stuff, and I know that I can, my skill is really high. Why not charge
Really high?
really high?
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what
I agree. I mean, if you have the equipment, the skill, the experience, then that definitely puts you up there. But if maybe you lack experience, or maybe you lack equipment, or maybe you even lack the skill, that's definitely gonna bring you down on your price. So
Yeah, you just gotta keep it fair, and then you can also you can't devaluate yourself either, because I know a lot of guys. Well, I want to provide service like a budget type of service. You can't do that because that's you're giving away you gotta charge something that's fair for you and fair for the client. It's but also not really cheap. Like $100 for 10 hours, which I know a lot of guys are down to do that because they just want to go out and play. I mean, I know it's fun and everything, but it's also a business, and this is
Maybe some guys don't look at it as business. They just, I got my full-time job during the week. I'll make good money during the week. This is just fun for me. I'm gonna go out and I'll play at a club and they just give me free drinks and I'll play.
Yeah.
What do you think about that guy?
Who's whack ass DJ? No, see, the thing is,
Does he have a right to do that?
He doesn't have a right to do that because he's taken away from a guy that actually cares.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a regular job. This is my little, only my my hobby. Not a hobby. It's more like my little fun job. I call it my fun job. You know,
How far are you trying to go with this? What is this?
if you know if it ever, you know, my dream, you know, being realistic, my dream is to do this full time and not have a regular job. You know, making enough money.
Not that there is anything wrong with having a regular job.
No, there's nothing wrong with
nothing
it.
wrong with that.
See, like they said, you know, it's not a job. You know, you got to find something that you're happy to go do. I mean, I love what I do. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but I also love DJing. And if I could make more money DJing than doing my regular job, hey, I'll leave. I'll just DJ full time, you know. And there's, well, hey, you know, you only work on weekends pretty much, and maybe some nights. And, you know, you'll be making half as much, you know, maybe twice as much as you would at your regular job. That's one of my dreams. I don't, you know, who knows, you know, if that'll happen in the future, but, you know, I would love to do that.
Yeah, for me, it's, you know, I'm going to college right now. I'm close to getting my career all set and ready to go. So I feel like I have my career ready for me real soon. DJing is just kind of like a side job. It's something I enjoy. It's a hobby, but I also like to do it to get paid for the little extra income. If it happens to blow up and I don't have to work anymore, great. I mean, like what they've always said, you know, if you do something you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So.
Exactly.
But not only that, you guys are taking it seriously. You're not just half-assing
Exactly.
anything.
I mean,
You know, whether you have a full-time job or not, or a part-time job, and the DJ's another part-time, you got to take it serious. You got to,
Yeah.
you know, especially if you're going to be doing professional events. You know, I remember some of the first weddings I've done on my own years ago. You know, you get kind of nervous, you know, because it's,
Oh yeah.
if you mess up, you're messing up somebody's wedding, man.
That's I mean,
yes.
that's I mean, I've had a couple little incidents where I, you know, got a little confused, but I mean, no big deal. But yeah, you know, it makes you feel bad. A lot of times, hey, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm really hard on myself a lot of times, but yeah, it's somebody's wedding. It's somebody's wedding you're messing up. So think about it, guys. You know, all you guys that are going out there blindfolded, think
All
about
you
it.
DJs out there,
Think about it, man. It's somebody's wedding. You wouldn't want someone to mess up your special day.
yeah, all you DJs out there,
Shame on you.
don't fuck up somebody's wedding. You know, you're gonna end up getting punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean, like what I'm doing is step my game up. You know, I recently got some turntables, so yeah, I'm trying to take it back to the roots. I bought vinyl. I got some vinyl from Mr. Fingers Flores, and just trying to do that because I know a lot of you guys. And you know, don't be ashamed of it. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. But a lot of you guys, and most of these guys, they think they're the best at the shit, whatever. If you put them out, I guarantee you, take that laptop away from them, it's like they've never DJed a day in their life. Because of Serato, they can beat match. You have the waveforms. When you got records, you don't have the waveforms. It's all by ear, and that's the skill. That's the art that's dying.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's what I'm trying to learn from. You know, trying to like pick it up from. I started first with my laptop, and now I want to learn the roots, learn where it came from, and I watch a lot of videos about DJing, a lot of the Cuber when they all started off, and a lot of the, you know, where DJ came from, you know, where the DJs came from, the scratch and all that, you know, trying to learn the scratch and all that stuff, you know.
You can't be mad at the DJs, the younger DJs that missed that vinyl era because they were born later than you or whatever. But you know, you can't be upset at them because, you know, their first setup was, you know, a laptop and, you know,
Controller.
Yeah,
controllers.
yeah, exactly.
You can't be mad at them for
Oh,
that.
no.
But what I would recommend, if you're serious, to the younger DJs, if you're serious about